Welcome back. When I've seen the name of this cocktail, I had to try it. I was waiting really when will be the order for it, which I don't know why, because I could make it any day, of course. I'm deciding which cocktail goes when. But we're making Corpse Reviver #2, and it's an amazing name. And apparently it's a cocktail that originates from Prohibition time, but it was invented in London. Go figure how those things works. And the idea is that when you're feeling a little bit rough in the beginning of the day because you were drinking something the day before, this is something that can revive even a corpse. There is an attention point. Apparently 4 of those will unrevive the corpse back. Are you ready for it? Let's make it. So the components are, it's still a gin cocktail, so we have dry gin. We also have triple sec. You can use Control if you have that, and we have a very special ingredient, and that is a lillet blanche, and it's a French aperitif wine that has a bit of a herbal and a bit of a bitter taste, somewhat similar to what you'll find in tonic. But for the rest, it's quite a refreshing wine to have as well. We also have absinthe. We're not going to use too much of it, and we have freshly squeezed lemon juice. There are various proportions that you can use. One of the easiest is just to take equal parts of those 4 components and lemon juice. Absinthe we only use to aromatize the glass, so please don't play with that too much. We are going to use today a slightly different proportion that is that I found in a book of a very famous guy who wrote about cocktails. So let's try this. The difference is that he suggests equal parts of lillet and triple sec, and that is about half an ounce. So let's get going. Lillet blanc. If you do buy lillet blanc, keep it chilled in the fridge. It is a wine after all, and it's much better if it's chilled. Half ounce of triple sec. So in some previous videos you might have heard me talking about curacao, and what I meant then is actually the orange curacao, which became triple sec, not the blue curacao that is very famous now. Now in here it gets a little bit more complicated because we're going to use 3/4 of 3/4 of fresh lemon juice. Yeah, there we go. And 1 ounce of gin. And you can also choose just to do equal parts and don't make it too complicated. Come on. Oh, the bottle is almost over. So that all went in. Absinthe, we use just to aromatize the glass, and what you do, you just drop a little bit. Every time I make a video, I put away too much. Just let it slide along the sides of the glass, just like that. We don't need it in the drink, we just want to have that smell of it. The rest goes in the sink. Get some ice. And we're going to shake. Let's see if I can open this. This is probably the most difficult part of any cocktail making for me, is actually to open up the shaker back. I'm going to use double strainers, just because it's a freshly squeezed lime juice, so there might be still some residual in there. And ta-da! We've got ourselves Corpse Reviver #2. Let's see if it's going to pick me up today. It's a very nice, refreshing cocktail. Obviously, you taste the lime. I would recommend the equal parts, because then every ingredient has its role to play, and it's just such a nice combination. But with this proportion, it works just as well. You get a bit of an uneasy flavor from absinthe, but you don't taste it. What you taste is lemon, you taste some sweetness, you taste some bitterness. Overall, I think I'm picked up.